we are back just in time to see the pouring skills of Dennis over there. Look at him go. Look at him go.
He filled the bottle himself in the bathroom about 5 minutes ago.
And
then he took a sip.
Tastes like maple syrup.
I don't like that at all.
That's unfortunate. That whole thing was unfortunate.
Oh. Ew. That is calling blasphemy 2 weeks in a row that you don't have lime in your Rona.
So, little fun trivia.
I don't have to worry. Yeah, of course.
Little fun trivia. Does anyone know why the lime?
Scurvy? I'm gonna hazard a guess.
I have no guess.
Kills bacteria.
Unsanitary conditions, and you would wipe the rim of the bottle to kill off any bacteria from the factory.
Gross.
Yeah, and then it just became such a habit that you would have the lime taste in it, so you would just stick the lime in.
I just love the idea that
would that actually work as a disinfectant?
A little bit, I think, yeah.
See, what you do here is you save your limes for the coconut.
Put the lime in the coconut. He called the doctor, woke him up and said, "Doctor."
No.
And you put them all in.
You can just...
Screw you, Joe.
Just delete the app there, Dennis. Just get rid of Zoom altogether. We'll find a replacement.
I got the most popular member of the audience, the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep the cat in the stream. You can't beat it anymore. We'll let the cat
just put a bag over your head so you can hold the cat and just be there.
So there, take that. Yeah. On to knife guy knife fights.
Alrighty.
I guess.
Let's see if I can do the voice.
Rona.
For our first round, we have Zach wielding the Cold Steel Magnum Tanto versus Lynn Thompson sporting the Micro Tanto.
So I don't think it's going to come as any surprise to anybody anywhere that Lynn Thompson won 76% to 24%, which turns out to be 64 votes to 20 votes for Lynn Thompson with a Micro Tanto, which is kind of cool because that's probably more votes than we've probably had on one of these before, I'm pretty sure.
It all comes down to that sweet, sweet Filipino footwork.
Of course it does. Yeah. And the 3 knives, he won't tell you where they are. He always says 3 knives.
It's his own personal punji stick.
You don't want to know where that is.
Here,
I'm quite aware of where that is.
I'm going to hazard a guess. One of the 3 is one of those tiny push daggers that Cold Steel makes, but he slides it out the boot of his knife, or out of the front of his boot, rather, so he can kick you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie with that.
Oh, yeah. Many spy movies.
Yeah.
There's a few.
The interesting thing, though, is that last time we had one of these with Zach in the Wild, he didn't vote. And he actually did vote this week.
Who did
for
he
himself.
Nice. Yeah.
For himself.
For
He
himself.
gave himself a running shot, eh?
Well, I mean, if somebody voted against, like, I would pick myself, too, in that situation. I'm not going to go into it thinking I'm going to die or wanting to die.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to throw that Magnum Tanto and I'm going to run away.
So did the 4 of us vote?
I did.
I did as well.
I didn't actually vote in the poll, but yeah, I'd say definitely Lynn Thompson.
I just realized something else interesting on this one. DBK also voted for Zach. So
That 12-inch 3V Magnum Tanto, man. Like I said, I'm trying to even the playing field a little bit here.
What did Lynn Thompson have last time? Like, it was
His Espadas. He was carrying his Espadas.
No,
and he was like...
Nick Shabazz had the Espadas.
Oh, yeah, and Lynn had the Z-Hunter or something.
Z-Hunter. And he still won, which...
I don't have that paper anymore.
To be fair. Yeah, to be fair, he would win. Let's be honest. But... how do we see that one going down?
I don't remember how I scored it. I know I voted, but I don't remember who I voted for.
No? There was a lot of votes, so I didn't go through and capture all of it because there were so many. I voted for Lynn because that's the sane vote for sure.
Mhm.
I might have voted for Zach just because, like, on the warm-up swings, like, he might have had one or two where he just, like, lets it loose and shoots across and just takes Lynn out just because he doesn't have a firm grip on it while he's, like...
That's what I was hoping that you were saying, is that he accidentally let go and... Oops.
Yeah,
Lynn, you
for sure.
okay?
Like, before the
Either way-
fight even started, it's just, like...
I think it would take... Man, I'm torn. I think if Zach could muster up the courage to rush in and just quickly overwhelm him, there's a very brief window of time where he might be able to surprise him and to use that reach to his advantage.
I think he would have more of an advantage the longer the fight went. You
Yeah.
just tire him out.
Well, okay, so
Play the stamina game.
yeah, maybe.
I just realized something, though. Zach and Lynn have been in videos together. Like, he
Quite
has
often.
eyed him up and been like, no, I'd win. That's a ballsy fucking move, man.
That's funny.
And I
They
hope
just
that
put out a
Lynn
video a
Thompson
couple
watches
weeks
this
ago
video and goes
together.
into the next
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
I hope he goes into the next meeting knowing that. And just Lynn's like,
And the funny thing is the video that they came out with a couple weeks ago where Lynn Thompson was actually doing cuts and stuff.
Right.
And Zach was like, yeah, this is my cut. And you can see, like, it's okay. There's a couple rough spots. And then you see Lynn's cut and it's just, like, as clean as a whistle. He even comments about, like, how awesome Lynn's cut is. And he's still giving himself a fighting chance. So
he used like a big Danish axe and was cutting freaking bamboo mats with a fucking axe. Like, that's an impressive cut, like, feat. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Having that much blades and having that much precision to hit basically perfectly. It's impressive.
Mhm.
Like, the room for error is reduced, is basically what I'm trying to say. Ben saying that he couldn't find something this week, and I'm not sure what I might have missed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he couldn't find us this week, but he's here now. So
Yep. Huzzah.
maybe that test YouTube run threw everything off.
No, that should.
Way to go, Joe.
No, that was
I'm gonna-
unlisted.
No,
Way to go, Joe.
No one could have seen that.
we've got our 9 that normally watch us. Next night fight, Doug Marquita.
Alright.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Rona spreader.
Mhm. For our next round, we have Doug Marquita versus Sal Glesser in a gentlemanly small sword fight.
Indeed.
Yeah.
A quick aside, Ben couldn't find the polls. The polls were in the Pokey Factor's Instagram in their story. I guess our story. I should,
Their story. Those guys.
Yep.
You know,
Those guys that
you're
are
watching
us.
right now.
Simple way to find it if it gets lost in the like it shows up at the top of your main homepage, but if it gets lost in with everyone else's stories, easy way to find it is go to our main page, like the Pokey Factor's main page, and you can click on the icon, and that will, like our little thumbnail logo, and that will take you to the stories.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. And every Saturday morning, basically Saturday morning to Sunday morning, they run for Sunday's video. So find them there. On that note, like Nigel said, Doug Marquita versus Sal Glesser. Doug, unsurprisingly, I would say, 77 to 23%. Oddly enough, it's very similar kind of results all overall. 66 votes for Doug as opposed to the 64 from last time, and 20 votes for Sal.
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
I don't really
Very
know.
much so.
I don't really know if Sal has much of a martial arts or combat background at all. I've honestly never looked into it all that far. So.
Yeah,
Well, I do know that he designed that one Bowie to sit inside his waist belt, and he was walking around carrying it. So he's familiar enough with carrying large blades just because he enjoys them. Like it's So
Yep.
The thing too, if this was a karambit fight, Doug, with his eyes closed, asleep, could win that fight.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if Doug knows how to fence with a small sword necessarily.
Not so much fence, but he can do some really good test cuts.
Just bludgeon Sal to death. Oh.
Just slap him to death.
For those unfamiliar,
That's my headcanon. That's how he wins the fight.
small swords are basically needles. They don't have cutting edges. Oh.
They're often like triangular, like a bayonet almost.
So I did give it to Doug, but one of the only reasons I gave it to Doug, and it wasn't the martial art experience, it wasn't the knife and the sword handling, force and fire test cutting, whatever. It was simply because if you watch Doug Marquita's Instagram, it's very obvious that he has fun. He's got costumes. He's got Batman costumes. I guarantee somewhere along the way, he has a Zorro costume. And only for that reason, Doug would win.
Excellent.
Okay, we just need to mail him a Zorro costume with some of our stickers.
I don't even know what to say to that. Oddly enough,
Yes, you should say yes.
one of the folks that voted in this one here and actually voted for Doug was Nick Shabazz, and he wasn't even called out this week, but he came by and voted. So that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
That's
Just
super
a little fanboy moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little bit. This just occurred to me, but how sad would it be if Eric Glesser turned up to vote, but he voted for Doug?
I mean,
Well, that would just solidify our theories about him trying to take out his dad.
usurp. It's totally it's overthrowing the throne.
It just re-release every Spyderco knife, but with Tonto blades.
Oh, starting with the fucking dodo, is it?
yeah.
Yep.
Don't you besmirch the dodo. It's the only good thing he's ever done.
Oh. Jesus, dude.
It's got a tail, man.
I know.
Like,
It's awful.
Oh, terrible.
It makes the Yojimbo look nice. I mean, Yojimbo is a cool knife, but it's not a pretty knife, I wouldn't say. But in comparison,
The Dodo's hideous, and that's why I like it.
yes,
But it's hideous.
it's like a pug.
Yeah, well, yeah, a little bit.
How do we see this one going down?
I've already said
And then the Zorro costume.
Zorro costume.
Oh, yeah. I think even though Eric is definitely the more Muppety of the Glessers, Sal definitely has some Muppetiness to him, and he's gonna go charging in and trip over.
Oh, you got cut off there.
At which part?
He's gonna go charging in, and then it kind of got glitchy.
Trip over his own feet.
I had this.
I like the fact that Muppety is how we describe that family. That's awful. Sorry, guys. A little bit. I mean, I am the first to pull it out. I'm not throwing shade that way, but
Don't pull it out, Paul.
Keep Mr. Weenie in the pants. Always in the pants.
It's not that kind of
Keep
video.
it in your pants.
It's not that kind of video.
yeah. I think that's against TOS.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants that Patreon level.
Patreon. That's like that's like an OnlyFans thing. That's not a. Yeah.
It can be both things.
It should.
It can be two things.
Paul, do you have something to tell us?
No. I just reread Ben's last statement in regards to this conversation, and it's really amusing. After all of this, okay, I'll look next Saturday. I just looked over and reread it, and I almost had an aneurysm. So there.
Too bad.
Oh,
Too bad.
Jesus Christ. Just dead on camera.
Oof.
On that note, Chef Kalari. Oh, right.
So you're 0 for 3 so far, Paul. That's cool.
For our third bout, we have Chef Kalari versus the Advanced Knife Bro. Both of them wielding their favorite broken bottles.
So, what craft beer has the best bottle for a knife fight?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
We're going to have some in-depth conversations on this particular battle.
You're the only one that I know that routinely drinks craft beer, so.
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll save some answers.
That's the
I've
frame.
got some in-depth reviews. We're going to Dr. Drew this shit before it's all over.
Sorry, I got distracted by Justin in the chat again. What do you mean you don't want Eric Glesser to release a Tanto Mannix bifold? And I hope when you say bifold, you don't mean like a dual-bladed monstrosity that's going to be this wide.
Oh, good God.
But anyways,
Yeah.
That's
Chef
it.
Kalari. Chef Kalari versus Advanced Knife Bro. 66-34% to Chef Kalari's advantage.
Good for him.
Indeed. To be fair, he did actually, what's it called? Like,
Repost?
He
repost.
retweeted us?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, is retweet, yeah. But he reposted our story to his story. And I have a feeling that's probably part of the reason why we got such good numbers as far as votes, as well as overall viewership. But this was literally, I said 64%, 33% or whatever. It's 63 votes for Chef Kalari, 32 votes for Advanced Knife Bro.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
But,
That's funny.
Actually, Zinx is in chat tonight, and he voted for Chef Kalari. So, Advanced Knife Bro now knows that about you.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna start right now.
Yep.
So I picked Advanced Knife Bro. But I was picking Advanced Knife Bro thinking that he had a better understanding of a broken bottle more than Chef Kalari. He's had a wider realm. He does beer reviews. I'm sure he's broken so many bottles that he's got like a wide understanding of what the best beer bottle to stab with would be, right?
I don't know Chef Kalari very well, but I feel like he's probably been in a broken bottle knife fight at some point in his life.
So, upon hearing the stats and seeing what's going on here, I've thought about it, and maybe being familiar with the broken bottle that you've come to love throughout the years is a better way than testing many, many bottles and not being as familiar with them. So I can understand why Chef Kalari might win is because I'm sure he has his tried and true, I love this beer bottle that when it comes to smashing off and shoving at the guy,
Is this like fear the man who's practiced a single kick 10,000 times more than the man who's practiced 100 kicks once? Something like that. I'm butchering that, but I'm pretty sure that was a Bruce Lee quote.
Yeah, that sounds terribly quoted. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
We have a thing going, Dennis. That's kind of my whole shtick. All right.
All right. What's going on here?
Terribly quoted.
Apparently, Chef Kalari voted for himself, which again, I think is the right answer. If everybody thinks you're not going to win, I'm going to vote for myself. I'm walking away with that because fuck everybody else. I'm gonna show you all. You know what I mean? Like that mentality.
Well, unless I'm taking a dive in the fourth round, and then like we'll see what happens, right? But like,
Kiefer also voted for Chef Kalari, which is, again, apparently not surprising considering he got 60% of the vote. Justin is saying the bifold is a Eric Glesser auto, and I want to say that was the new auto that was announced like just now.
No, it was just a new version of an autonomy that was announced just now.
Okay. He's daring us to look it up. Don't do it.
Well, someone should. I'm not the one guy that's going to do it, but
no. But you can even show people with this fancy setup he's got here.
Yeah, indeed. I probably could.
Because he's like a talented fucker.
Look at that guy go.
Look at them fingers, Fing.
Oh, there they go.
I'm just stropping a pleroma now while we're talking. That's all I'm doing. It's because that's the right thing to do.
Excuse me while I strop my pleroma.
So,
you're just jealous you can't.
Yeah. I'm on stream. I'll have to wait.
Oh my god. I don't know if you guys can see this stream, but the bifold.
Not yet. Oh no.
Oh yes,
my god.
that thing.
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hey,
So-
Justin.
I cannot see the
ruining my night. And actually, since Justin is here, I just wanted to quickly flash one of these by the camera.
And fun thing about the bifold is it had a spring in it, so the little lever there you see on the right side, you pulled that up and it would pop out sideways.
That's beautiful.
So,
I love it.
Yeah, so it was like actually, I guess that would be automatic.
It is. So this is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, it's up on the.
I know exactly what knife that is. That's fantastic. Yeah, you bet.
Just for Dennis's benefit there.
Okay.
That's ugly, even like more ugly than a dodo.
Oh, dude, it's hideous. But you know what? The profile kind of almost sort of reminds me of the Phoenix and a little bit of the poly.
It's not
Was
a
it
compliment.
the polywog?
The polywog.
Yeah.
The polywog. It's a beautiful knife. I want a polywog in my life.
I do too. It's It's such a weird thing.
Look at the poet over here rhyming his words.
I do things.
But yeah,
getting back to
to
the
compare it to the Phoenix is
I'm thinking. I'm
We'll
thinking
get back to
that
that one.
they're not necessarily being able to start with the empty, already broken bottles. They're going to have to drink the beer down to get the broken bottles. Advanced Knife Bro is going to be stuck at the bottom of his stairwell and will be able to stumble his way up. Like, he's trapped himself.
It depends on if it's a Zima or not, right? Like,
True.
it's,
We
I was
gotta-
gonna say, even with the Zima, he still got out eventually.
well, let's just call it a cage match, right? They're sitting UFC style cage match. They each have their
but
bottle.
he's gonna come up strong with that Okapi knife. He's learned how to flick that thing open pretty good. So it's
So they,
Yeah, I did actually record the fact that you did vote for Advanced Knife Bro there, Dennis.
I did, but it was because of his wide range of broken bottle knowledge is ultimately what I came down to.
I wonder why Nick Shabazz did it.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe he has similar outcomes on broken bottle knowledge.
True. To be fair, I think I also voted for Advanced Knife Bro. But that was specifically because of his stabbing grid. He's clearly practiced.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That grid has to be like optimized for the beer bottle.
I don't know about
Just
optimized,
any way you wanna
but it's definitely compatible, right?
Yeah, it's a transferable art for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt.
Transferable art. I like it. I guess on to the next fight, maybe.
Good
You
job.
can't go 0 for 4. That would just be embarrassing, right? Like,
Good job.
Just save yourself. All right. For our last fight of the evening, we have Cedric wielding the dead body of Ada versus Martin wielding the dead body of Mickey.
Oh, I didn't realize those were the weapons. I may have to go for a minute.
So that wasn't the original idea, but at some point I realized that those were the people that they had fought in the last round, and so they were obviously dead in this fictional universe that we have created. And I really, really liked the idea of Martin swinging Mickey around like a giant wooden maul, like Muscles Hammer guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just like by the leg and up and over.
but then, like,
How else would
Cedric
you do
is
it?
just, like, nudging Ada with his nose. Like,
God, that's just
the
sad.
worst, saddest fucking thing ever. Like,
My personal,
so-
my personal
Yeah,
head,
you laugh.
my personal headcanon in this is that these fights are all forced. These contestants are forced to fight to the death.
Oh, yeah.
But he takes pity on the poor dog, and so he goes on a John Wick style killing spree where he uses the dead body of his friend to murder all the guards on his way out, and they get to escape together. So there's no winner, except that they're all winners, because that's just too sad thinking about him crushing a dog with the corpse of the human.
There is most definitely a winner with 2/3 of the vote.
Oh God!
The numbers don't lie, Joe.
Damn it! No, you're killing my headcanon.
The weirdest part, my favorite part about this, is that it's a 60-40 split in Cedric's favor. So
that's
it's
right.
your guys' fault out there that Pete is going to be coming after us. Because now it's a dog in the third round.
Oh my God!
So I want to know how it goes down, like, with Mickey and Martin, like, dying in this death match. Like,
Yeah. Just for numbers, before we get into that, 49 32, the vote went. Cedric versus Mickey. Or Martin, I should say. My headcanon is that Cedric actually ate Ada right then and there. Got supercharged with
powered up.
It powered up with his friend's sustenance.
Fuck yeah.
And just
Infused with the force of Husky.
Yeah. And just ran a train on Martin until he was crying.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, maybe
Not
not
that
that.
kind of threat.
I was gonna say maybe not that last part, but I mean, I was on board right up until that point.
I like how it took you guys a second. Like, yeah, wait,
no,
Wait a minute.
Very poor choice of words.
or awesome choice of word.
There was no winners. There was only losers.
And again, DBK voted in this one, and they voted for themselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely going to be sending them the results of this specific.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, the fact that they voted for themselves and they still came up short. To a dog that's an invasive species to Australia, like seriously.
And I'm going to be honest, I voted for Martin as well, because I figured that, I mean, Mickey's pretty lean, all elbows and shit. Like, you
okay, but
legs, you're going to ruin a day.
Martin's got no cardio. We've seen the videos.
Does
He's all muscle and no flash.
In Australia have cardio? It's 40 goddamn thousand degrees.
A husky has cardio, period. You could geographically put him wherever you want. A husky is fucking insane.
He'll still be breathing, but he'll be on fire.
We're assuming... Okay, well, hold on. Why did we assume that this fight was taking place in Australia?
Because it's hard for dogs to get plane tickets.
But it's not hard to force them to get into a ring and use their dead ally as a weapon. That's the easy part.
No,
I'll use a military cargo plane.
What a mistake.
They're fighting on top of an aircraft carrier in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There you go.
B.T. Barnum Circus, throw him in the back and get him there. Like, who the hell cares how he gets there?
I should also point out that Chef Kalari did vote for Martin as well.
All right.
So I appreciate it.
They gotta back each other up. They gotta back each other up. I understand.
Damn right.
So the advantage that I think Mickey has is not necessarily, or that Martin has, is not necessarily using Mickey as a weapon, but just as a distraction snack.
You're gonna have a supercharged husky at that point. Then it's got 2 meals.
It's gonna take time to eat, though. You can sneak up on that and kick it or something.
Mickey was a hyper son of a bitch, so if you get supercharged off Mickey juice, oh man.
Yeah. Hyperactive husky powers.
Oh god.
That's right. I said it.
But wait, doesn't that mean you get the classic anime trope of like, yeah, it's super powered, but only for like 2 minutes, and then it just powers down, falls asleep.
Well, and then it's looking at like the flowers and catching a frog in the creek and shit like that.
Squirrel!
Right? Like that's
How does one juice a Mickey?
You don't. Mickey's already juiced.
With a juicer.
He's juiced all the time.
I was gonna say, I do have a juicer.
You just gotta put small enough pieces in that it'll fit.
I was gonna say, you have a juicer big enough for a human corpse? It's
IRCMP. It's them. Those two. You can just go to their house.
Any size juicer is big enough for a human corpse if you have enough patience, Joe.
And that's your lesson for today, kids.
Justin is asking, isn't Cedric the golden retriever? And I have no idea.
Yes, Ada's the husky.
That's the thing. He got husky power on the inside.
You're getting the husky power from the inside. Yes.
Yeah. He
but still, a golden
like the Mickey power.
Yeah.
A golden retriever in Australian heat would be none so great either.
Mhm. But as far
That's
as
why
like,
he needs that hyper. Go ahead.
yeah, he needs the hyper thing. But I was just gonna say, as far as like conditioning of the fighters going in, I've seen Basil and I've seen his other cats. Like I've seen Pete's other cats. They're not the most fit animals. I'm not sure how
What if-
Cedric freaks into that as well.
What if both
Oh
contestants?
yeah, you
what
got
if-
a good solid 2 rounds before he fades.
What if both contestants ate their weapons?
I
They
can
would be
see. I can
imbued with
see
the
Martin
power.
eating Mickey.
Yep, he's got that kind of energy going for sure.
It would definitely be like a cry
Did you
fest while he
prepare a
does
big-
it.
Yep.
Would you juice them like you guys were saying, or would you just roast them?
No, just raw. Don't even cook them. Just
So you get a disease.
You'd have to eat him with his gunny scandy because then retribution, you know.
yeah.
At least try the outside. Go like blue steak.
Nah.
No, there's worms. Trigonoses, man. You got to have that shit well done. You put it in a stew.
We're not thinking about
Like,
long-term consequences, guys. Here, we're looking for a momentary boost in power. That's all.
In this fictional world we've created.
That we're dwelling
Yeah, like-
way too
Yeah.
long on.
I will fight you in 12 to 16 hours.
No,
That's
the
a
worms
threat.
will have gotten me by then.
They're not that kind of worms, Joe.
They're tiny.
Takes more than 12 hours though.
I just see the worms from Tremors.
Must be a million of them.
Look, people would take trigonosis a hell of a lot more seriously. That's all I'm saying.
So we're
Yeah.
we're a knife channel, right?
At this
Somewhere
point.
along the way, we talked about knives. We had some like scientific scoring on the sway back tonight. Come on,
Yeah, I know. I
watch
know.
the Tuesday episode.
We got it in early before I finished my first beer.
Indeed.
Strategically.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I am entirely enjoying this.
We still haven't actually said a specific way that Cedric, like, does Mickey go for a kick, slip, fall, and get his throat ripped out?
Well, yeah, because of all the blood pooling from both bodies, right? Like, it's got to be a really crappy surface to stand on with 2 legs. The dog's got 4 legs. It's gonna be way more sturdy.
More legs means more better. Heard it here, folks.
Yes.
I think because the fight is in Australia, if you put Martin down there, it's just an endurance battle. And because the dog has been acclimatized to it, it's a patience battle. You just sit there and wait him out. As long as you got a distance battle, he's going to die of dehydration.
So
then
is-
you can just go in and eat his face.
So this is
Like-
So I'm
taking
talking
place
about
in
the
like
dog
in the
catching fire
outback,
before.
like just the middle of nowhere.
Well, I'm
Just
just
a bunch of
saying,
kangaroos in the
it's
background.
situational.
Yeah, but before I was saying about the dog catching fire from just overheating, friggin' Martin would burst into flames going down to Australia.
Yeah.
100%.
And then you make him chase kangaroos because you know he's going to chase kangaroos. And you expend even more energy.
What's in the
He'd be dead
pouches?
so much quicker.
On the way to the fight.
I just want to climb inside.
Ew. It's not like in cartoons.
Yeah, there's a lot more mucus.
It looks so cozy.
For the record, Martin, don't chase the kangaroos. They will probably kick you in half.
And if you
Depends on if it's one of those like fucking
don't
block
try to
kangaroos.
climb in the pouches.
Yeah, no. Too much mucus.
Squeaky.
How much is too much? Like,
Any amount.
The answer is yes.
More than 0.
0 mucus.
zero mucus sounds pretty dry. I don't know. Like,
It's the new competitor. It's the new competitor to 0 mucus. It's a new competitor to 0 tolerance. And it's like, why did you feel the need to specify that in your brand name?
No, it's 0 tolerance jumping into the cold medicine game.
that action's not buttery. It's something else.
Well, what?
Feels like sandpaper.
So I think it's time for break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, this is getting quite very weird. So yeah, we should probably go take a break and try to reestablish our sense of sanity. That's kind of still maybe there. I'm not sure.
You've been weirder.
I don't know. This got pretty weird.
Not by much. I mean, not on camera.
I do appreciate the fact that 8 people actually come back week after week to watch this.
Oh.
Oh my.
We'll be back.
For the record, I'm still stropping a Pomeroma. That's not an innuendo.
All right.
So yeah, go refresh your drinks and do what you need to do, and we will be back shortly with everyone here.
We don't need